Okay. I'm alive. Oh, what's up, Fang? How you doing? Let me just make sure to test my mic. I know you can hear me, right? Yeah, I'm alive, man. I think I should just spread the word. Let folks know that I'm back alive and kicking. All right, let me spread the word on Twitter. Yeah, um, believe it or not, um, I was like, I wasn't really heavily debating, really. I wasn't debating on streaming. I wanted to. I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and stream something. It's been a minute. Next major, yeah. I'm here to, I'm here to really talk about that also. So, 2026 is upon us. You know what I'm saying? And part of me is like, I'm definitely going to majors this year. I keep saying like last year or year before, I was like, man, I'm really gonna go to some majors and everything like that. Never got a chance to. It's a lot of, I would say, I swear, there was a lot of hectic stuff that has happened. I would say, and I'd be the first to admit that I wasn't really transparent with you guys where honestly I should be. And you know, first things first, I definitely want to apologize to y'all. That's one thing. And second thing is, one of the big things that what's happening is, you know, pretty much like after Rumble in the Cookout, there was a lot of I want to say there was like a lot of uncertainty, I would say. Um, but I will say that overall, where I was living at, I call it like the Mega Man headquarters. I had to first things first. I had to let it go. Um, the house was sold, so it was one of those things. I'm like, well, that's Ripperino, and oh, Turbo Annihilator, what's up, bro? So the house was sold and shit, and I had no choice, but I had to move. So ironically, I'm back in Brooklyn, but the idea is a new Mega Man headquarters will be spawned. Just needs some time for sure. Um, but overall, I will say, like, I want to just say, yeah, I totally appreciate all of you that, just watch me and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And I was appreciative of those who has come to the Rumble and the Cookout 3 because, honestly, that was like my favorite tournament. Honestly, Rumble in the Cookout is for. I mean, before I get into it, first and foremost, everybody must understand that Rumble in the Cookout is always a tournament. It's always a you know, it's always a community first tournament. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that was sick. And I do it more for the players than I do it more for my own satisfaction or anything like that. So I will say it's like it's always been an honor just running Rumble in the Cookout for sure. But yeah, like the idea is get a new crib, get back into hosting more sessions. And, hopefully at the end of the day, if Rumble in the Cookout turned out to be a major, which I think it is, I think we'll just go forward with that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, things are good regardless. You pick a destination yet? I haven't picked one yet. I haven't picked it yet. It's still up in the air currently. But I kind of narrowed it down to like a couple of states though, that's for sure. But I narrowed it down so far. So overall we'll see what happens. Which ones? So kind of narrowed it down to like either I go back to Jersey, PA's another one, North Carolina, Ohio. I thought about Michigan as another one as well. Cali was on my pick, but Cali's expensive. At this point right now, I'm looking for states that has a really good IT scene. That's all I would say. Like, I'm keeping it for, like, a really good IT scene. Getting those Dr. Light upgrades. Yo, Shadow, what's up, man? Well, at the point right now, Dr. Light kind of abandoned me, bro. So I kind of have to do shit on my own at this point, man. But, I will say overall, things has been good overall. You know what I'm saying? Things have been good. But I have to, like, kind of dial back a little bit, and then we rebuild the Mega Man headquarters. That's the thing. And once we rebuild the Mega Man headquarters, that's when shit's gonna get real. That's all I'm gonna just tell y'all. But I figure, I figure another thing is if you choose Michigan, Haggerty Insurance is always looking for peeps. Yeah, it's funny. Insurance companies is heavily looking into IT folks now. So I feel like now is like that's probably the move at this point. So it's like it's there. You know what I'm saying? It's totally there. What the hell? I ain't gonna lie, I got the strangest follow from account called Twitch Rise. I mean, that's cool and all, but that's interesting. But yeah, I mean, overall, I think right now, like I said, what's gonna happen now is, we keep doing what we're doing. Like I said, we bringing back the turbo monthlies. You know what I'm saying? It will be Sundays, right? It will be Sundays. We're gonna, like I said, it's gonna be, allow all levels to join, and it's gonna be during the afternoon. So we're thinking like 5 p.m., 6 p.m. or something like that. And then we what we'll do is we're changing the rules for one thing. We're changing the rules. That's one thing. The next thing is what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some joint playing with some folks from Europe. You know what I'm saying? But we're not gonna like invite we're gonna invite like maybe between 2 to 4 of them. You know what I'm saying? So the idea is we're gonna do some invites per monthly for each Monday, Sunday. Well, I could call it Sunday evening turbo. That's what I kind of call it. And we'll see what happens. I figure as much as Europe has been accommodating to us in terms of joining their stuff, I think it's pretty obvious we should allow them to join, at least one tournament or so. You know what I'm saying? It's completely up to them if they want to. So I figure we good. Yo, Cucho, what's up, my guy? How we doing, man? How's the Spanish dubbing going with the animes? I know it's pretty sick that you're doing that, man. So good for you. But yeah, I figure Sundays is better. Sundays, it's one of those days that nobody, I guarantee you, nobody has shit to do, but the next day they have to go to work. Unless they're like traveling or some shit, I think Sundays is really good. Sundays should be no excuses, like for people to join. Honestly, I really think so. And it's not like I'm running it after like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. or something like that. I'm literally running this shit like 5 p.m., 5:30 Eastern, 2:30 Pacific or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's good. I think it's Sunday evening turbo. If Turbo Annihilates here, the Sunday evening Turbo, I think it's gonna be the wave at this point. And like I said, we're gonna be changing some rules for sure. I think one of the major rules I'm changing is basically, even though Swiss is gonna be 2 out of 3, top 8 is gonna be 3 out of 5 all the way, and then the grand final should have an ability to do a reset. I think we've got to a point that I think it's unfair that it's only a one and done situation for the grand finals. I think we should allow a reset in that situation. Like the top 8, the USSR Tower of Doom is still going to be the same format, but I think we need more. I think we need more rounds, man. That's what I think. I think we need more rounds, man. I think having it like that is just kind of weird. But yeah, that's part of the thing. The other thing is it still will be Matcherino Rand, of course. So, obviously, I will expect folks to obviously, redeem the codes if they're generous enough. Put towards the pot and everything like that. So there's that part. Cucho, it's been a crazy year, but I got to participate in the adaptation of Demon Slayer into Spanish. Yo, congrats to you, man. That's pretty what's up, bro. I'm hella happy for you. I'm talking to a dub specialist in the chat now. You don't get that often here. We do not get that often here. Oh shit! Sorry. could have more rounds in the first half too, just like if you did a bracket instead of Swiss. Well, the problem is, I think I think a regular bracket is just I think it's just boring. The idea you gotta remember the idea is with Turbo with Sunday Evening Turbo and always the it's always the thing is you must understand every time we do this, this is mainly for the players to play everybody. And you gotta understand, if playing everybody means you get to at least play everybody and then learn to learn the matchups and learn how to level up. It's things like that. That's why, doing a regular bracket is just boring as shit, dude. Because you're basically playing if you let's say for example you have a 20-man bracket, you're only playing what at best 5 people. You know what I'm saying? Where in a 20 bracket Swiss, you have the opportunity to play like double the amount with that. So that's why I said things like that. Tournaments like that, you have the ability to just play more people. So that's why I said it's better to just do it that way. So, yeah. Well, I mainly do adapt scripts for dubbing. I'm in the middle of everyone, but yeah, that movie was a hit, and now I get to work from home, so I could be there for another session at least. Well, that's what's up, man. Hella happy for you. Hella happy for you, man. I mean, I can say is, once upon a time, I could be like, you went from Zangief Master to Dub Master. Love to see it. Love to see it. Oh yeah. So back to this. So basically, yeah. So Sunday Evening Turbo. First adaptation. You're gonna do it maybe like we're gonna do not maybe like we're doing it in December. That's one thing. Like December, I haven't picked a date. I haven't picked a date as of yet, but December. Let me see something here. Let me see something. So if I were to pick a date, I think Sunday, probably like the beginning week of Christmas. I think that's going to be the wave, like the 21st. So the 21st will be the first Sunday Night Turbo. You know what I'm saying? Twitch Rise. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna follow back. If they're gonna increase the audience, that's pretty what's up though. But yeah, I think the 21st will be pretty much the wave at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be a good idea. Put your quarters up. You're actually streaming yourself with a rarity. Well, it's not much of a rarity. It's more like I never got the chance. I never got the chance to. You know, I was being transparent in terms of what was happening, but overall, we're gonna be streaming some more. That's for sure. And I appreciate you being here. Let's go a bit. And yeah, I'm just like telling people like, hey, I mean, this is pretty much what's gonna happen. And I feel like Sunday Evening Turbo is gonna begin. I think we gonna be set, bro. I'm looking for. I'm like legitimately looking forward to doing some turbo again. I've been asked a lot in terms of bringing it back. You know what I'm saying? I've been asked a lot in terms of bringing back Sunday. Pretty much before I changed it into Monday Night Turbo, but it's now Sunday Evening Turbo. I've been asked in terms of like bringing it back and everything like that. So I was like, I owe it to everybody. I owe it to everybody to just bring it back. Okay, do you struggle against solid or against random players? So that's a or should they do both? So that's a loaded question for me. I'd probably would I struggle against really? It's more of I want to say more of a random factor. Solid players, I don't really have too much issues with solid players. Randoms, I kind of like, yeah, I'm like, bro, what the fuck's going on at times? Because I feel like the way how Geef is pretty much architect in this game is he's really based off of, he's really based off of reads. You know what I'm saying? Playing the reads, playing the neutral, and everything like that. But randoms, it's like, bro, it kind of make me lose my thought sometimes. So it's like, if I have to play against random, I have to kind of throw away my gameplay. You know what I'm saying? I kind of have to throw away the gameplay and just like kind of like, okay, well, I know exactly what I'm getting myself into, and I gotta learn where is the random spot gonna be at. That's pretty much how I have to go through. Let's see. More so against Ryu or Ken? I am curious. So I would probably, I'd probably say Ken, only because Ken is more YOLO. That's the thing. Ryu has to be. Ryu, I mean, he could play. Ryu can play random, but the problem with Ryu being random is he becomes too obvious. That's the problem. With Ken just kind of like, he could play with like nothing to lose. You know what I'm saying? He can play with like nothing to lose. So it's like I gotta be careful. But I gotta be careful because if I play against a person that has nothing to lose, man, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I'm in there. Ken Fierce DP OP. I mean, it's legitimately good. But I think even though I feel like people say like Geef beats the Shotos, I mean, I really feel like it's kind of even. It's kind of, he's kind of, Geef Ken is kind of even, but I can understand why folks feel like Geef Ken is like in Geef's favor. I just feel like Ken just does not have to play the fireball game in that matchup. His normals is just as good enough in terms of keeping Geef at bay. That's what I think. Old Ryu has some. Yeah, old Ryu is kind of like, old Ryu is just busted. Nah, but old Ken is super busted. He's red Goki for a reason. So I just think honestly, people underestimate old Ken. Old Ken is stupid good. He's like really good, really good. I don't know. Geef Shoto seems unnecessarily even to me. Like, how could it be not be even? I mean, I'll give you a good example. I feel like Ryu versus Geef is 5-5. Ryu can pretty much contest the neutral with low forward. Red Fireball is super good in the matchup. And Tatsu is really good against like looking for the tick setup. So I think it's safe to say like Ryu Geef is like pretty even. Ken Geef, I mean, you technically can't safe jump Ken. That's the thing. People still try it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I still try it too. I still try it as well. I still tried to safe jump Ken, and I'm not even supposed to. I must be a fucking idiot doing it, but I would do it. but but I would say like what's good about Ken in that matchup is his standing roundhouse is pretty good. His low forward is pretty good. Fierce DP, I mean, you can't really jump in for free for sure. And you got to remember, his jab DP is fast as hell, so you can't, like I said, can't really safe jump Ken at all unless you're confident your safe jumps is like legit and everything. Then yeah, go for it. But yeah, overall I think you know Shoto's and Geef is like pretty even. Both versions of Ken can abuse Geef. He should have the advantage with his LP specials. Well, you may think that, but I just think honestly it's still even. Even old Ken versus Geef is still sort of even. But I feel like when old Ken gets knocked down, it's GG's. That's basically what it is. Because he can't tech throws. So he's gonna have to hold that shit. Same thing for Ryu. I mean, what's really gonna happen when he gets knocked down? He's gonna DP. That's just bait city. So, but old Ken, you can safe jump. I mean, usually old Ken has to safe jump with jump fierce, or you could do a blockable Tatsu. So there's that part. Old Ryu has the unblockable Tatsu, but little people know, you can actually just crouch. You can just crouch that. You can just crouch jab the unblockable setup. I just do it because do it. You know what I'm saying? It's tough, but you kind of just hold down. But it's like a super risky move. It's super risk because you're taking away the block, right? You're taking away the block, risking the fact that if you see the unblockable Tatsu, you can just jab it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that part. But if he comes in jumping fierce and you're trying to do jab, yeah, you're gonna get beat out. So there's that part. Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I go for it. That's exactly why I go for it. But, you know, me as a player, I just have to think outside. For Geef, I have to really just think outside the box, man. And that's what I tell. Well, but I will say that I have I have Geef students, and they are like asking me some questions, and you know I'm giving them the answers that they like. Not only they like, I will tell them. But I will say my style of playing is not for everybody. It's one of those styles that you have to understand that you can't just like you can't just like really dive in to do this. I do things that's very unexplained. and it gets real questiony afterwards, but I like doing that. Wait, you said that old Ryu is busted? No, I said old Ken is busted. Old Ryu is only busted because of Tatsu. Unblockable Tatsu. Besides that, I mean, I think he's just basically regular Ryu, just faster fireball. No solar plex. He loses his mobility. That's what it is. So, old Ken is just busted. That's the thing. Explain that. What do you want me to explain exactly? Like, what I mean in terms of how I play? Or so? Oh, snap. I see Sprite Mix in the chat. That's very unexpected. I hope you're doing well, Sprite Mix. Good to see you. Magic SPD is your playstyle. You know, the funny thing is about the SPD, man, you gotta be like a sniper. You gotta be a sniper with it, bro. sure, I kind of do it a lot, but there's no reason not to go for it at times. You know what I'm saying? There's no reason to. But I feel like for me, if you incorporate the walk up SPD a part of your neutral, bro, it's hard to be approached. Not gonna lie to you. But I feel like it's more free to use in certain matchups. Like, I would probably say like the Shotos, easy to use it. Can you Ochio on the level that you can SPD? I think I could. I think I can, honestly. Ochio is just basically negative edging. It's surprising that I can even negative edge with Honda with that. That's the crazy part about that. And I don't even negative edge. Man, walking SPD is real hard, but I'm getting there. Yeah, it is hard, man. You gotta learn to just the number one thing about these walk up SPDs, bro, is just the will to just the idea of these walk up SPD is just the will to finesse it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, a lot of times you kind of do it fast, you end up getting green hand. But you can just do this sucker real slow, right? You can just do this sucker real slow, and then it's like, you know, it's pretty easy after a while. So it's like, you get to do something like that. Now, if you start mastering it, this is where the exploration begins, right? So then you're going to start doing some shit. Like, you can do shimmy. You can do like a shimmy SPD, or you know, crouch jab SPD with short SPD, and obviously there's Dragon Eyes, or the neutral jump, or you know, things like that. Or you do the friggin' you do the Suzuki Gengi. If you do that shit like whiff short. You do like whip, you can do like whiff short, and then basically just get it. You get that shit, or pretty much my favorite, the stand jab, because that puts you in your proximity block. And then obviously there's the hop SPD, and then there you go. And then that's how you. And, you know, that kind of thing. You just kind of, like I said, you can literally explore just doing strats like that in matches. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it makes you wonder. It's like, man, what can I actually do in terms of this shit? You know what I'm saying? But it's like. It's actually fun as hell to just kind of just attempt it. That's the thing. So many exactly. Yeah, so many options to do in the corner. So I remember you can do something like this. No, like this. Like something like that. So I remember another thing that I did, right? Here's a fun fact, right? Let's reload the game again, right? Let's apply. So I remember one of my oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. So yeah, so one of my favorite things to do in the Shoto matchup, right? And this shit is such a this shit is such a fucked up, really fucked up, a really fucked up setup, because so sometimes when you kind of get the knockdown, you can just do that. That shit is so dumb. Because that's literally a left-right mix-up. It's so dumb to really do that. So you get to. It's so dumb. It's so dumb to do that. I said it's so dumb. I said it's so dumb to do that. I mean, this is it's so viable because honestly, you would think pretty much the correct answer to punish this, right? Technically, the correct punishment is you can't lariat. You can't lariat, basically, because you get the trade anyway. So pretty much, because you lose position. Well, you could do jab, you could do punch lariat, kick lariat won't work. But your correct answer is always crouch fierce or crouch medium or anything like that. But me, I tend to just do bullshit like that, bro. I tend to just do a lot of bullshit like that. I tend to do a lot of bullshit like that. That's gonna cause a lot of rage quit around. Well, it doesn't cause rage quits. It just causes a lot of it causes a lot of whatchamacallit. It causes a lot of like suspicion. That's what it does. Causing a lot of suspicion. Hey, you're cheating and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? But there's that part. All right. Well, I would. Let me see. I'm not dropping frames, so that's actually surprising, to be honest with you, which is good. That's a good thing. I'm just not doing that. I've been told I use macros for pulling off crazy stuff sometimes. I'm gonna tell you something, man. I've been. Let me tell you something, Cucho. As a person that originated the whole macro conspiracy for Zangief, man, let me just say, just accept it. That's all I'm gonna just tell you. I I low key I low key hated it. Not gonna lie to y'all. I low key hated it. I hated it because it was one of those things that it was like, bro, I couldn't stand it, bro. Like I can't say like I'm like, bro, people are it's like people are really are idiots like that online, man. Like that cannot be. And here I am doing the exact same shit offline. I put up a friggin' hand cam and anything like that, and it's still the same shit. I was like, bro, that's kind of crazy. But then after a while, it's like, you know what? I accept that shit. Because it's like, it really is. Exactly, Turbo. It's a really unlockable achievement in the fighting game community. It really is. So it's like, I just like it. I enjoy it. I enjoy it for what it does for me. Because now I'm recognized as one of the best geese that's outside of Japan, and sometimes I don't feel that way. Sometimes I don't feel like I am the best, but you guys keep saying that I am the best, and I appreciate that. So I am learning to live in terms of being the best. But I'm only the best because everybody like you guys have put me in this position to be that way, you know? So me being the best is always a team effort. Who the fuck else would it be? It's Vodka. Shout outs to Vodka. I know he doesn't play, but it's him. I think he's legit. He's pretty legit. And then there's, they got others out there, man. I know what you're feeling, but I give respect to all my opponents and ops as it is at this point. I've come to let it go in terms of being the ops, man. Oh, I know that, but I rather I rather be more silently about it. You know what I'm saying? Rather be more silent about it, and it's okay. I think it's fair to just be more silent than more vocal in regards about being the best. I had a interesting talk with EC Warren about it, and I'm like, man, maybe I should just stop. I think pretty much once my Japan trip come arise, bro, I think that's where. Well, I'm not gonna say that's where it's over. I would probably say that's where I'm gonna get the sense of Zen, man. If I get to Japan, man, and I learn more, I ain't gonna lie, I'll be fucking unstoppable, bro. I would still lose. I would still lose the bad matchups. I will say like I barely lose them. That's the funny thing about it, and that's just the reason. I'm gonna tell you guys something about me and the bad matchups. I think the only bad matchup that I have really more consistent losses in is probably just the Honda matchup. Other than that, it's just I just don't see it. I'm very eager to see how your style fares against Japan's best. Nah, you got to be Hakuto in tournament. That's the only thing that's kind of holding me back right now. Yin and Hakuto in tournament. And I love that. And I love that dude. I really do. I really love that guy. And I'm proud of how far he has come. What I don't like is, he changing his hair color. He changing his hair color. And I'm like, man, you think this hair color is gonna make you, get you to buff? I don't think so, bro. That's like saying, what if I have to change my afro color? Would that fucking work? I don't think so. Like if I change my afro color to gray, I think I'm gonna lose my fans, man. I think I would literally lose everybody. Yo, this dude has a gray afro. What the fuck's going on? You believe Okudo is that good? Oh yeah, he's totally good. He's totally good. I think overall, he's overall the best player in the country, for sure, in the U.S. You could do a gray streak like Bride of Frankenstein, bro. That would be sick. I'm gonna literally put that in the thing. But yeah, I would say back to my tournament aspirations. So yeah, 2026. That's gonna be the year of me doing tournaments. I was kind of looking into going to Frosties. You know what I mean? I was kind of looking to go to Frosties. I'm definitely going to do CEO. I was thinking about doing XSV 2026 again, 2026 for sure. And then I thought about doing versus fighting in Europe, in England. So I got a slew of tournaments I want to do, and I just have to pick which ones that I'm gonna really set my heart towards. You know what I mean? But I will tell you, the training arc has begun. That's all I will say. The training arc will be starting probably like pretty much January, and I'm gonna be like, yo, maybe for the first time ever, I'm probably just gonna be out for blood. I'm not gonna lie to y'all guys. I've been getting second. I've been getting second so much times, man. I'm actually legit tired of it. I'm actually tired of it. And I know second is really good for Geef, but bro, that doesn't settle with me. You know what I mean? That just doesn't settle with me. So we in there, y'all. As long as the Mega Man folks is here, y'all supported me, bro. Supported the bro. I'm in there, man. I mean, like, yeah, to me, I never remember who won. I remember top 8 or so. Well, that top 8 for Rumble in the Cookout 3, I think I got second place off of goddamn 2. If you come out to Frosties, you're gonna have to play Bonky and Hood Pope. Well, to be very fair, not worried about them. And they're tough players, but I went there and, you know, I think Arch Villain can tell you when I went there and I played them what happened. And it's no disrespect to them at all. But I think they're fantastic players. I just think I was just the better player that weekend. I will say that. You'll be on some Rocky shit running through the streets of Crooklyn. Bro. Get me a camera, and I'm running up the court stairs. Then I'm waiting away from the court. Yeah. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this training arc, honestly. I really am. I think it's gonna be a good show. I have a Tiger Shot. And then, you know, the funny thing is, there's some people like asking me, dude, when are you gonna get back S rank? I'm like, bro, it was super hard getting it with Geef in the first place. Damn. It was super hard getting it. It's super hard getting it with Geef. Bro, like, you don't even know the amount of matches that I had to friggin' win flawlessly with this fucking character, bro. Like, I had to win a lot of crazy matchups. Like, I had to beat Sim. I had to beat a really good Ryu. I had to beat a Blanca. I had to beat Sim again. It was fucking nuts, dude. Not saying it can't be done, but bro, it's friggin' stressful. And I think right now, over the course after I got the S rank, bro, I think it's like, bro. I think now it's like a lot of people just gotten better. So I have to get better too. Does Yito play you with Sim or Dictator? He plays me with both, but I think he's more comfortable with Sim than Dictator. But he does play me with both. Dictator's is Geef's easiest matchup. Oh yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, for sure. That's a matchup I'm not gonna bullshit people on. That is a matchup I am not gonna bullshit people on. That matchup, I think if played correctly, right? If played correctly, I think it's like an even matchup for Dictator. But when Dictator gets knocked down, it's GG's. Like, what is he gonna do? He has no reversal unless he has Nightmare. But that's pretty much about it. But yeah, it's pretty much GG's. Oh yeah, you know Fang. Here's a funny story, man. I ran into I'm supposed to talk to Arch too. I ran into another person who was on the Dictator grind as well, and he was taught by Archvillain. And it seems like Archvillain is sending the Dictators on a Ryu path to face me, which is kind of which is pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting, and I'm like, well now. I'm like, it was like, Archvillain told me to go face you. I'm like, what? I'm like, nah, I'm gonna have to call this guy and be like, that's kind of questionable. Why you sending him to face me? I wouldn't do that. You this guy is gonna smoke him, or we're gonna see shit that we have never seen before by you. That is true. Learn to lose. I mean, not through me. But I do have. Damn. I do have some unexplored setups though that I wanna start doing pretty soon. Just to make the mix-up game a lot more interesting. And eventually, I'm definitely gonna try it. Eventually, just gotta kind of practice it a little bit more in training mode. But I do have some more interesting mix-ups that I'm trying for. Between some more interesting mix-ups and some more combo routes. Well, not combo routes, more like, you know. some ideas in terms of I would probably some more setups, some more routes, some more combo routes that had lead some more stun, and then we kind of go from there. But yeah, man. Nice. But we got. But yeah, chat. Yeah, like I said, we got work to do, man. We definitely got work to do. Upcoming training arc is gonna happen. But first, we're gonna start. We definitely gonna get back into these. We definitely gonna get back into these monthlies. That's one thing. And then the other thing is, do more streaming for sure. I think what I want to also start doing is I want to probably start like doing a stream where you guys give me your matches and I could probably give you some advice or anything like that, what to do and everything. And we can kind of watch together, as do some constructive criticism and everything. Kind of go from there. Then we do some more whatchamacallit. Then we do some of the other do some other retro and shit. Kind of go from there. So we're mapping out easily 2026 right now. You know what I'm saying? We're mapping that shit out together. Oh shit. Sounding like crazy. It is like what? About to be 10 p.m. already. Kind of crazy. Damn. Yo, Sim is mad. Let me tell you guys something. Sim is mad cheap. Don't let anybody. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Sim is cheap, bro. This character is cheap, bro. I feel like once you master him, you become mad cheap. Once you be an intermediate, then you're kind of cheap, and you're not cheap. Kind of in the middle. I remember the first 10 you played against Bazooka. He would not stop complaining. I mean, what's he complaining about though? That was the part that I was supposed to ask you actually. What was he complaining about though? I'm actually curious. Like, what was he complaining though? Was it the unexplained tick, or was it the things that he should have been punishing that he wasn't punishing? Oh, it was about the headbutts. What, like, was he doing too much headbutts, or was it too much headbutts, or the headbutts wasn't coming out? If it's you cannot get them out, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's pretty fair. It's fair. It's fair. It's fair because, distance-wise, those headbutts wouldn't be coming out there. But some of those setups I was doing on him, I was really looking forward to the headbutts anyway. I was really looking for them. Because I knew a lot of the times he's gonna do it. Like I know he's gonna do it. So that's why majority of those setups where you see I do like the crouch jab and then far stand jab into SVD. That's basically the headbutt bait. But when I saw he gets clipped by the far stand jab, I was like, yeah, because I know for a fact he was just gonna go for it. So I'm like, it was either 50-50 because sometimes the far stand jab is like, jab is pretty quick, so it's like I'm not gonna get things out of that. Yeah, unless he sacked some hits, he could not even attempt a headbutt. Yeah, all about that conditioning, baby. All about that conditioning. Some suave conditioning, man. Overall, Bazooka is a fantastic player, bro. Fantastic player. Fantastic. He's a fantastic boxer, honestly. But let me tell you something. I've dealt with Super V for so much fucking years, bro. I honestly feel Super V is like when he was on his training arc, because his training arc was completely identical to mine's. He was like legitimately the best boxer outside of US East free. And honestly, he had a lot of things that was going for him. He had a mixture of Shiki, Tamashima, and Alabama inside him. That shit was so tough to deal with. So tough. You gonna play or what? I'm not gonna play. I am chatting, Fang. I am chatting tonight. I am chatting while we watch some Super Turbo. I don't feel like pressing any buttons tonight. I mean, you know how the French players are. Pressing buttons and random jumps are in their blood. Well, I won't say they're random. They're very calculated. I feel like honestly, they're really, as much as they go, they're really close to Japan level. That's what I would say. They're really there. Word, let me get your thoughts on something then. All right, go shoot. But yeah, no, the French players are amazing. Like, they're amazing players, honestly. Amazing players. Like, they got some of the best people that's out there. Obviously, they have Zagi, Max, Valkork, Bazooka, Abdel, Wolmar, Banshee Bot. I'm telling you, man. They got people, dude. So someone's just saying dick players are either mix up as fuck or execution gods, and I feel like I don't really fall into either, which makes me like second guess how I play. All right, Fang. I feel like we had this talk before. We did have this talk, but I think where your issue lies is I feel like you don't have enough trust in yourself to do mix-ups. That's what I think. And I honestly think you have the potential to do mix-ups. I feel like where it lies is the matter of practicing the mix-ups. So it's like, it's either you practice it, or you just feel like you don't, or you feel like you don't feel like you need to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of like, gone in the middle between that. I feel like you have mix-up. Because if you play mix-up as fuck, it still leads into execution gods anyway. That's the thing. So honestly, like I said, I always thought you had the potential. I just think the problem is you just don't, I think one of the biggest issues is you just don't like, I feel like not like practice it, but I feel like you just don't have the trust in them. You know what I'm saying? You don't trust yourself doing mix-ups. You don't trust yourself doing combos or punish combos. Whatever it happens, you tend to drop. I think you just need to learn to stop doubting yourself and basically go for it. You know what I mean? Like I always tell people, I'm a firm believer in your personality represents your character. You know what I'm saying? If your personality is you're very brash and bold, and you have this smash mouth type of way with you, you should just go for it. That's the thing. I guess more to the point, I don't naturally play like Vito or Ronaldo. I like the ground game more. So you're like Reno. That's the thing. Nothing wrong with that. You're basically Reno. Because Reno plays more of the ground than the other two. And Reno's more selective in terms of when he wants to go to the mix-up. I just feel like honestly, you can easily do what Reno does, but the problem is, like I told you, when it comes to personality, you have to learn to sprinkle the personality into your character. Because if you don't do that, I feel like you just become a shell of yourself. True. The difference is when Reno turns it on, he's fucking on. I know, and that's what I was talking about. That's the thing that I'm talking about with personality with the character, because Reno is very passive with Dictator, but when he is on, he will go for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like the unexpected. Another person like Archvillain, right? Archvillain is basic. Archvillain, I will say, has probably, if I were to say, he's probably have one of the best cross-ups. Besides like Riz 1, he probably has one of the best cross-ups with Dictator. And then honestly, he will pick his spot, or he will force you to make mistakes. You know? Things like that. That's how Archvillain is. Just like I said, I think the personality plays a big role in terms of how you play your character. Like it's what separates you from the other Dictator, but you can still be a top Dictator with that personality. You know what I'm saying? So it's things like that. That's what makes it great. That's what makes Super Turbo so great, because there's no true X copy. You know what I'm saying? There's really no true X copy. Like, there's bits and pieces of, okay, you could have somebody there, but it's like, you can still develop your own shit within there. Like, if you like the ground game, all right, capitalize off the ground game. What else is going to come up? What else are you going to bring to the ground game that makes it different? You know what I mean? Yeah. The French don't randomly duck, though. They're pretty calculated. They're very calculated players. But yeah, Fang, I told you, man. You have it. You have it in you, bro. I just think you need to just let. You just need to stop doubting yourself. That's what I'm thinking. And I feel like getting mad is okay. You know, it's okay to get mad. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to get mad, but use it also as fuel to get better. Like I've slowly but surely learned over time that it's okay to lose. And I used to hate myself in terms of when I lose because I felt like I could do better. But there are times that, you know, sometimes you just have to accept if somebody better come across, you learn off of that loss and then you just learn to improve. I went 8-8 against Voltec yesterday. It felt good. Yeah, see, that's great. He's a great opponent. Voltec is a good opponent. Voltec is a perfect opponent. That guy and Chun Dictator fucking sucks. Chun Dictator sucks, man. That matchup sucks, man. I think it's as bad as Ryu Dictator, honestly. It's as bad as Ryu Dictator. But yeah, like I said, I think you got it in you, man. Just like, you know, practice, review, 10-10 execution, then you're good. Like I said, you got it in you. I think you just being. I mean, it's okay to be hard on yourself, but it depends on how you take that being hard on yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. Like how you're gonna take it. I mean, Fang, let me ask you something. Do you feel like Dictator is your character? You know what I mean? Like, I'm honestly, you know, really asking. Like, do you feel like Dictator is your character? Yeah, I should have been super. You can always ask anybody who their character should be. Do you feel like you can? It's like, do you feel like you connect with this character? That's what I would say. Yeah, dude. Just every time I hit a level up in anything in life, I get weird. I get a weird low where I start questioning shit. Well, it's okay. Nothing wrong with that. That comes with the territory. You will find the answers after you start questioning stuff. That's how life is, man. Life is complicated, bro. I keep thinking there's times like, you know, I would have the answer, but really don't. There's more questions out there than answers. And honestly, at the end of the day, it's up to you how you're gonna answer those questions, or how you're gonna solve them. And let it linger, or are you gonna just like kind of sit there and just study upon what you're gonna do? Pretty much up to you how you want to go about it. For me, I look at it like this way: if I can't, SVD a person, oh no, I'm not saying you're that at all. Yeah, I'm not saying that at all. I just think you have plenty of time to figure things out. That's why I'm saying. Just like me, I got plenty of time to figure things out too. Always gonna be bumps in the road, but that's how it be, man. Oh shit. I am actually surprised. I have not dropped frames, so that's actually a pretty good thing. Alright, I'm gonna do like 10 minutes more, and I'll probably just hop off for the night. Oh look, it's Green Geese. It's hard to. I really think this matchup, the boxer players are hilarious about this matchup. They say, yo, this matchup is like, this matchup's really bad. This matchup's really bad for boxer and all that stuff. I'm like, no, the fuck it ain't. I'm like, are you kidding? This matchup is like even, or hell, probably 5.5, 4.5 boxer. Bro, the idea is this. That low rush is so hard to deal with. And the fact that, the only way that Geese stops it is like with jab, like stand jab, crouch jab, And then there's a well-timed lariat that stops the jab, rush upper. But it's like, my thing is, when boxer gets knocked down, people have to understand that knockdown is an earned knockdown, bro. It's not a knockdown that's it's kind of unfair how. It's kind of unfair how Geef could just, can mess up and then he has to knock you down as GG's. Nah, man. You gotta understand, that shit is an earned knockdown, bro. basically you died because you made a mistake. That's basically how it goes. It's like it's the test of time, bro. And then basically it's up to the Geef to perfectly execute the conditioning if off that knockdown. Because if he fucks up, then it starts all over again. Bad matchup, my ass. I'm sorry. I don't know where they get this idea from, but that shit is stupid. And I love all my boxer players, but God, come on, y'all can't be real. This can't be life at times. This cannot be life at times. Mm. Yeah, it's really. Really, no one's streaming. What the fuck? Alright. Well, I appreciate everybody joining. I think this was a pretty good stream. I got across in terms of letting folks know, some transparency, what's going on with the bro. And whoever idea is to give God that voice should have been fired frame one. You're like, bro, Larry, that's funny as fuck, but you're right. I mean, do you prefer his CE voice or something like that? Do you prefer his CE voice or his World Warrior voice? Where he got the bass? But I probably might agree with you with that, but I don't know. The original voice. Yeah, that's the C. Yeah, like the World Warrior voice. I know what you mean. Sonic Boom! And, we had Young Guile. Young Guile. I've been trying to find a way to swap some files and bring it to my ST game. What do you mean by swap some files exactly? Like, are you just trying to change stuff? Because if you try to do that, you might as well just play Hyper. Like the guy who gave me the files to swap for. Oh, you mean the color mod? I see what you mean. The color mod. Yeah, all you gotta do is just kind of overwrite it. Yeah, you just overwrite it and just pick the color. file system is none like with Terra Thursday. If I could find the right app to open them, I could put Guile's old voice into the game. Yeah, you need the debugger. That's what it is. You need the debugger app. I forgot which one they use. I think it was the name debugger or some shit like that they have used with that. I mean, the only person who I know was like capable of doing that shit is the person who created Street Fighter New Legacy, and that was Born to SPD. But I think he would tell you if you want to use like Guile's old voice, you could probably just mod like Hyper Street Fighter 2 or some shit like that. That's what he probably would tell you. I'm gonna do it. Watch. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch. I will watch. I will watch. But for now, I am gonna call it. So appreciate folks being here, and we will chat again for sure. But I'm about to get ready for some bed. So what I'll do is I'm gonna just send you guys over to Justin because he's streaming some Dispatch. I don't know what that game is, but he's streaming some Dispatch. I don't know what that game is. I can't really answer that, but looks pretty. It looks interesting to say the least. That's what I will say. But appreciate folks joining. Let me. Yeah, I'm packing it up for now. So yeah, we'll I'll hit you up anyway, Lariat. I probably might need some help in some overlay stuff. So I'm gonna hit you up later. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. See you guys maybe tomorrow. Peace out.
You ready? Let's get this over with.
Here comes a new challenge.
Yo, Rockman with the raid. Thank you.